Hi guys, it's Crystal with Design Bundles. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make this fun Valentine's t-shirt using Chromablast ink. Let's go ahead and get started. So let's first talk about the Chromablast ink. You may already know that Sawgrass carries a couple different inks. They have Chromablast, Sublijet, and then they also have the one for the Siser inks. So what is Chromablast? Chromablast is going to allow you to print on 100% cotton. So you need something that's like a light colored fabric. So this right here is actually like a really light pink. You can't tell, it's a light pink gray undertone. It's really pretty. You could do like grays, whites. You could even get into just a little bit brighter colors of your pinks and stuff, but just stay away from blacks, your real dark colors. So once again, this is going to do 100% cotton. And now what's really cool with this is it's actually going to have a different texture. So it's almost going to have like a screen print feel, if you will. So you can use your Cricut and Silhouette and do like a print then cut to completely cut around. So when it comes to Chromablast, there is a different ink. Now you can't put this in the exact same printer that you're using with your Sublijet ink. You have to purchase a printer solely for Chromablast or solely for the Sublimation ink. So this works with your Sawgrass SG500 or your Sawgrass SG1000. Now, once again, if you want to purchase this ink, make sure that it's going to be solely dedicated to one printer. You can't swap them back and forth. So what's really exciting about this is maybe you want to purchase one printer for your Sublimation ink and one for the Chromablast. So let's go ahead and set these aside. Now let's go ahead and talk about the paper. I know the first question I'm going to get is, can I use the same Sublimation paper? And you cannot. So when it comes to Chromablast, you have to purchase the Chromablast paper, and you know it's correct because on the back it says Chromablast. So you have separate paper, separate inks, and this paper almost feels like if you get that print then cut HTV, that's what this feels like. So it's really nice and like smooth and buttery compared to where Sublimation paper, whether you're using, which brand, they feel like copy paper, like a thick piece of copy paper. This feels like printable HTV. So you're going to print on this side, obviously. So you're going to load them in your printer this way and they'll come out just like so. So let's go ahead and print something out. I'm going to show you how to use it. All right, over here at designbundles.net, this is the super cute file that I want to use today. How cute is this? This is a PNG, so you can use this with your Sublimation or the Chromablast that I'm going to be showing you today. So I love this. This is perfect for Valentine's. You can put this on mugs, shirts, whatever. So I'm really excited about this one. It's super cute. It's $5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and quickly download this to my computer, and we're going to bring it into Creative Studio. All right, so now you guys can see my files here. This one right here, I'm going to go ahead and download the file to my computer so you can see how adorable that is. Now let's go ahead and bring it into Sawgrass Creative Studio. We're going to hit Start Creating. Now that we're over here in Creative Studio, so let's go ahead and upload our file. We're going to come to Galleries. We're going to go to My Images, and we're going to hit Upload. Upload an image. I'm just going to go to Recent, bring our truck in here, choose Upload. There it is. We can rename it if we'd like. We're going to hit Save. All right, so now that we have uploaded our image, I'm just simply going to come to Blank Products because I know that I want to print this as big as I can on an 8.5 by 11. So I'm going to come over here to Design Canvases, and I'm just going to start typing out 8.5. I'm going to choose the 8.5 by 11 portrait. We're going to come back to Galleries, My Images. I'm going to click on my image. And there it is. Now, like I said, I want to print this as big as I can because it's for a t-shirt and it's an adult size. So what I'm going to do is just size this now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab these little corners here and make it as big as I can. So I'm just going to kind of scoot it up and make that as big as I can. All right, so let me bring it in just a tiny bit. There we go, just like that. All right, so now I'm ready to print. What I'm going to do is go to Print. We're going to choose our printer. So for my Chromablast, it's actually on an older version of, so it's Sawgrass SG400, but if you have the newer one, it would actually say Sawgrass SG500. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. Now when it comes to Chromablast, you don't get a whole lot of options. So you're going to notice here, so I'm going to have it on auto, US letter. I'm going to have it mirrored just like we usually do. For cotton, you're going to see here product, because you can only put it on 100% cotton. You're only going to have one option, cotton. And then same thing with paper. You're only going to have Chromablast paper. But print quality, you can have it on high speed, photographic, grayscale, all of those kind of things. I'm going to go ahead and keep mine on photographic, and then I'm going to go ahead and hit print. All right, so we're gonna hit OK. All right, so now that it's popped up with the print manager, all you have to do at this point, you can double check all of your settings. You can come change your layout or anything like that. So I think mine is completely ready to go. I'm gonna hit print. All right, so hopefully you guys can see how super cute this design is. It prints super vibrant. Now the thing with Chromablast, you really wanna press this as quickly as possible. You don't wanna wait where Sublimation, you can actually print it out and, you know, sublimate it months from now. So these you wanna work right away. So you wanna be ready to go with your project. So what I'm gonna do is pre-press my shirt for just a few seconds. The other thing about Chromablast, it only needs to be at 375 for 30 seconds. So instead of 400 degrees in 60 seconds, you're only at 375 for 30. So that's nice as well. So you don't have as long as a heat time or as hot. Now the other thing about these designs here is, you know, you want to trim around them. So these are great for doing print and cuts, or it's really easy to fussy cut. So I'm gonna quickly just zoom all the way around so you can get as close as you can. And I'm gonna do this really quick and we'll be ready to press it. Now you guys can see that I fussy cut around this whole thing, so that's all you gotta do to get rid of that excess white. So now what I'm gonna do is just kind of make sure it's 3 fingers down, try to center it as best as I can, and we're ready to go. Last thing we need to do is cover it with a piece of parchment paper, just like so. Now you don't need to tape this down, because with Chromablast, you're going to wanna pull this off as fast as possible. This is a hot peel, and I'm gonna show you how you want to peel this. So we're actually going to tug it off. So what do I mean? I'll show you in just a second. So let's go ahead and press this 375 for 30 seconds. All right, we're gonna pop this open, remove our parchment paper, and quickly, like I said, hot peel. I'm gonna switch over here so you guys can see. What you wanna do is tug. So tug, 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 just like so. You're just gonna tug everywhere. For one, this is gonna help the inks go down into the fibers, and it's gonna help release the paper. So you want to tug in all angles as quickly as possible, like that. All right. So now, and I'm going to show you what I like to do. So it looks just like so. How cute is this? Now, like I said, the texture on this, it's not real rough or anything, but it reminds me of screen printing. Now, like I said, this does not feel like sublimation where you cannot feel it. Sublimation, for one, you need polyester, so you need a high count or 100% polyester. This is 100% cotton. Where sublimation is going to go down into the fibers and be one with a t-shirt, this is actually sitting on top of the t-shirt. So what I like to do is I actually like to press this one more time just for a few seconds. So let me take you back to the heat press. So I just get it right back on the press, because where we're tugging it around, I wouldn't want to melt this off like this, and I definitely don't want to wash it. So to get everything to lay flat again, where we've kind of stretched it out and pulled on it to release the paper, all I'm going to do is lay it back on there, take your parchment paper. I like to use the parchment paper because it's going to peel right back off. So we're going to push that back in, and I just brush it for 2 to 3 seconds. All right, that's good. And like I said, that's just going to smooth everything out. And then what you're going to do is just peel this right up. And now you're good to go. So what that did for us is it just smoothed everything back out. So everything is nice and smooth again. I can wrap this up and ship it out. So I love it. So Chromablast is just as easy to use as Sublimation. So that is how you use Chromablast, and that is how you can print something like this on a t-shirt. This will be great for us stay-at-home mom crafters. We don't have to invest into a DTG printer or anything like that. If you've been wanting to get into screen printing and things like that, this is a great option for, you know, if you have a little, you know, boutique or store online or things like that, or you want to roll out quick gifts. This is a great way to do that. These are great to add on to tote bags and all kinds of stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.